Starting a business is hard. That's not just me saying that. Every entrepreneur you will ever listen to or read about will say the same thing. And the truth is, nothing worth getting, nothing amazing will ever be easy to come by. That's just one of life's truths. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about my business, She Who Dares Wins, and the challenges that I've had with this little startup. I'm in year 2, and I'm really excited to kind of share these videos and talk you through the process of running a business and all the challenges I've had starting from scratch. I'm going to be brutally honest, this business has almost killed me. Let's go back to the start. So I worked in construction industry for over 15 years. Shared my story online about being a woman in construction and grew a community of like-minded women who like to just get out there and do something and forge their own path. And whilst chatting with a colleague one day, I don't know what it was, but someone asked me why I did what I did and how I kept going through the hard times. And I just muttered the words, "She who dares wins." Now, I'm not sure if I got this from like the British military saying of who dares wins, and merging that with one of my favourite TV shows, which was Only Fools and Horses, when he says, "He who dares wins, Rodders." But anyway, She Who Dares Wins, it really resonated with me, and that's the name of the business and the brand. So what happened from there? Well, during lockdown, COVID, 2020, oh my God, 2020, yeah, the shocking year. I decided to put this motto stroke logo on a t-shirt and see what the community thought. I started doing this probably for about 6 months to get a good idea of whether people really liked the brand and the kind of designs that I was coming up with, and people did. So at this point I was also heavily pregnant, or mid to heavily pregnant, doesn't really matter. I had a part-time job in construction, and I also obviously have a family at home with another son who is slightly older. So I thought, why not? Let's start a business. That seems like an amazing idea. So here's where we talk about challenge number 1. I was 30 weeks pregnant, like I just said, and I was supposed to be resting and putting my feet up. It was probably not the ideal time to start a business. And I would say try and pick an ideal time. But I'm now also going to contradict myself and say there is no right time to start a business. There'll always be in your mind another better time to start a business, such as when you have more money, when things are more stable at home, when you move to the next house. The excuses are endless. Challenge number 1 was getting started, and yes, it might not have been the right time for me mentally, physically, but I did it, and you should do it too if you're thinking about starting a business, a challenge, a new job. Just start. Challenge number 2. Closely after finding the right product, I realised that running a clothing business was nothing like running an engineering business. And so this is where kind of experience and the challenge of being inexperienced came in. I was in an industry where I was trying to find, like I say, products that I wanted and designs that I wanted, and having absolutely no insight into the industry whatsoever. Challenge number 3. So this was like the chicken and the egg. Orders or stock. I was basically taking pre-orders from customers with designs on to see how well they might sell or if people would like them or not. This was great, but what this did is it created a backlog of orders, and then I was struggling to get these produced on time and get them out to customers. But on the flip side, if I was to invest a huge amount of money into stock, I could have that stock just sat because I didn't quite know yet how the brand was going to develop and what kind of image people wanted. So it was kind of in this testing phase. It was chicken and egg. It was a huge challenge for me. It still is a challenge now as the business is growing. I'm still kind of finding my feet. That is yeah, that's another challenge. Challenge number 4, being on my own. When you start a business, you are everything. You're the accountant, you're the website designer, you're the t-shirt designer, you're the sales guy, you're the marketing guy. It is unreal how many different jobs you have to do, but I feel like this is a rite of passage challenge. Like I say, most businesses go through this. I think it's very few, unless you've had a huge amount of money invested, that you can start off by employing people to help you along this journey. And it has been fun. It's been incredibly challenging. I have a skill set, I believe, that fits well within certain elements of running a business, but there are some areas where I severely lack in skills. And this has been hard for me. I got to a position in my life with my normal job where I was actually pretty good at what I did, and then being the newbie, it's kind of scary. Challenge number 5, finances. No one ever wants to talk about this in business, but it's really important. It's a bit of a dirty word. I didn't really have a huge amount of finances. I invested a small amount of my money into the business and didn't think about going for a startup loan because I just didn't think that option was open to me. This is a challenge, especially when you sell a product. I've been in a service industry before where it was just my time was a service and then I'd get paid for that. Now I have stock and I have assets, and managing that is incredibly hard, but it's all part and parcel of growing a brand. There we go. There are some of my top challenges from starting a business from scratch. I hope this video has been helpful. It's probably going to give you a little bit of insight if you're thinking about starting a business as to the biggest challenges that you might come across. These are my challenges, but I do believe that most people go through similar ones. The truth is, whilst these challenges have been scary, I realise they're all part of my brand's journey and story. And if I didn't live by the motto of my own brand, she who dares wins, then what would be the point? It's super nice to have you guys here along for the journey. Go ahead, down in the description, write any comments about any future videos you want to see, or if this video has helped you, or any challenges you've had with your business. And I'll be back real soon with another video. Oh, don't forget also to hit subscribe and like, obviously.